VA's Accura Series, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, this week's Picture of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Garden Center. Let me tell you something, 50% off of all plants. While they still got them.
Everything. All the above. Get in there and get it while you can.
You better get them now. and they stressed the all. It was capitalized A-L-L, all plants. So, hey, I want to give a shout out right now. This young kid that's sitting in his daddy's lap there is 7 years old. And he lives in either Noreen or Woodbury 1. That's where all their family is. But this kid has looked for this picture for 2 weeks. And I want to tell him, his daddy, Sam Alexander, has been hot and heavy with me. And we couldn't get it on here last week, but I promised him to be on this week. But they went out, as you can see, this is John Howell, Charles Forrest, Sam Alexander, and William Lynch. And they went flathead fishing, and look what they did.
Good day, didn't they?
They had a great day on the water. I don't care who you are. That's an awesome, awesome amount of fish right there. So congratulations to that little 7-year-old right there. We appreciate him, and we hope he's still excited about his picture being on there.
Congratulations for sure. Okay, well, these guys, Jimmy Choate sends us pictures all the time, and this is a special one here. This is his great nephew Jackson with his very first fish they ever caught. Awesome. So we want to say congratulations to Jackson on that, and to Jimmy as well, because I know he was just as excited about that. Okay, and then here's our buddy Joe Sanders with another good fish out of Old Hickory Lake, fishing the creeks and stuff up there off the Old Hickory. He's always had a good time up there on his kayak and sending us stuff all the time. So congratulations to Joe. And this picture, this is kind of a special picture here. This was sent to us by actually one of my old friends, Kent Sparks. And he's out of Carthage, and this is a picture of him with his longtime friend and fishing buddy, Mr. Roger Gregory. And earlier this week, Roger lost his battle with cancer and went on to be with the Lord. But Kent wanted to send us this and have us put this picture up just to show him in the element that he loved so much, that he left behind lots of memories with family and friends on the water. So we want to send our condolences out to the family. As you know, we as sportsmen, we're all a close family, so we want to send that out, and thank you to Kent for sending us that. And those are some great looking fish there, I tell you what.
They are.
They had a great day that day.
They are.
You guys can send your pictures to us here at 474 James Robertson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee. Or better yet, just go ahead and send them on Facebook, Instagram, if that's what you're more used to. But we'll get them on the show here just as quick as we can. Sometimes it does take us a couple weeks. But we'll get them just as quick as we can.
We get a lot of pictures, and everybody
does. We do, and we try to keep up with what order they come in, but sometimes it's just hard to
we try to
keep
show
an
4
order.
or 5, because if you do 7 or 8, it gets to be long.
That's right. We'd just be segment 2,
That's right. That's right. We have with us tonight Frank Fiss. Frank is the Chief Executive Director for the Fisheries for the whole state of Tennessee. And tonight we are talking Asian carp. If you just joined us, we're talking Asian carp. Yes, it is a problem, and TWRA knows all there is to know about it. And guess what? Frank, I followed you. I saw you on the seminars you were doing at Paris Landing. Thanks to YouTube. Somebody was YouTubing everything, and so we all got to see it if you were interested in it. And you had a lot to say. One of them I thought was pretty special, and that's the reason I wanted you to bring it out on this show, is because a lot of fishermen, fisher ladies watch this show, and used to commercial fishing was all around, and people were getting upset. They'd hang a motor or hang a lure in a net, and instead of taking their time and being patient about it, they take a knife and whip it out and cut up a man's net. And those nets are expensive.
They are.
And what I'd like for people to understand is those commercial fishermen are a needed part of this ecosystem that we're trying to get back into the right boundaries here.
Yeah, they're playing a really important role, and of course you're not supposed to go near commercial tackle. It's their property. But just that aside, yeah, I mean the commercial fishermen are in this with us. You know, they have a resource there that they were working, and they're worried about that as well. Of course, the big question was, will there be markets for commercial markets for carp? Who wants carp? Well, I'm here to tell you there's plenty of interest in buying carp for a variety of products, and most of them are human consumption products, either fillets or fish cakes, things like that. It's just a matter of getting the markets and the fishermen, the buyer-seller combination to get right, and it really has been improving. They've gone from harvesting, reporting to us. They do monthly reports to us, the commercial fishermen do, what they do each day. So we know what they're into, and they used to be in the tens of thousands of pounds of carp a year, then it went to hundreds of thousands of pounds, and they're on track to do 1 million pounds plus just in Tennessee this year. That's not counting what's going on in Kentucky. And there's some, we co-manage that lake for commercial harvest essentially, and they have incentive programs that we allow and their people can participate in our incentive program when we get it on the ground. So it's pretty important to support those commercial fishers. We have, our commission recently funded $500,000 to put towards an incentive program to get netting material to the commercial fishermen and to give them a subsidy for the fish that they bring in. We already have markets developing, but I think this will really give them a better foundation and let this industry grow more as we need it to, because we need them to keep these fish down. The lower their abundance is in these lakes, the less likely they are to move up into the next lakes. When that population gets, that pressure, so to speak, builds up. The silver carp.
They're at too much capacity.
Yeah, the silver carp tend to get real populated and then move to the next reservoir, get real populated. Whereas others fish, just keep swimming upstream, and we don't know all we need to know about how these things move. We have only got fish tagged now for just a season essentially, but we're going to start learning a whole lot more about it. So we're excited to get that program on the ground by this fall. I hope we got to get a lot of paperwork done to handle the money in the way so that people the tax this is actually money that's been collected by the marine fuel tax. So really every citizen that's buying gasoline in the state is contributing to this fund that we're getting the money out to work on carp. So it's not just fishermen paying this bill, it's actually everybody, the little bit that we get of the marine side of that. So that's a new windfall for the agency and for this project. So
Frank, how can our local fishermen people help? How can they be a helpful influence?
Well, there are a couple ways. The commercial, that coexisting with commercial fishermen, that goes a long way. There are some commercial fishermen that use fishermen as for intel. Hey, what have you seen? The commercial fishermen have a lot of good electronics. They know what's going on.
Sure they do.
But give a little bit of information when they need it would be helpful. The other thing is, as fishermen, we collect fish for bait, and in 2015 there was a lot of really small, and I mean 3-4 inch silver carp in Barkley and Kentucky lakes, and we were pretty fortunate that nobody grabbed a whole bunch of them and moved them as bait and accidentally let them go. We don't know how prevalent that could have been, but so far we haven't got any indication. Because if these carp ever make it to a lake like Priest or Center Hill or Dale Hollow, it's because somebody carried them there. So they can't go up a lock into those systems. So we're encouraging. If you look at the fishing guide, we've got information about how to tell Asian carp from other species. First of all, it's illegal to have a live Asian carp on your possession. Period. No way, no how. And it's also illegal to release your bait of any kind or stock any fish of any kind in any water body that's public in Tennessee. You can stock your pond, of course, except with Asian carp. So So that's another way that fishermen can be wary of that, and we're trying to get that message out.
Let's give them the test.
Yeah, we got
Let's give them the test. We've been dying to it.
It's a tough test.
Brady and I passed this, but only by the skin of our teeth.
We've got so we know that one of the ways that people move bait unintentionally would be if they're catching shad, let's say, or below tailwater, or picking up, for bait for just anything. And if
just
you had
that up in front of you there.
In front of me, okay, there we go.
there.
So yeah, if you had these fish in your boat quickly, of course, it's kind of tough to tell from here, but maybe low light conditions, you can see the shape of those things would be real. You have to put your readers on.
Yes,
for sure.
I definitely do.
Yeah. So and these are fairly big fish. That's a 5-gallon bucket lid. So if you're catching bait, be real careful. Watch, all your gizzard shad and your threadfin shad are going to have that thread fin that comes off the dorsal. Make sure your fish have that. And if you see anything this small or smaller that's a silver carp, I want to know about it, because if we get a lake that has a lot of little fish, we haven't seen any reproduction reported yet and I want bodies. I want a fish in hand out of any of these lakes this year. We didn't get any reports last year either.
Didn't you say since 2015?
15 was the big year when we had system-wide reproduction, and we don't even know where and when it happened. It was just all of a sudden these fish were in the system. And that's another thing, we're doing some larval fish sampling on Kentucky Lake to try to sort that out.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom fish on that picture was the Asian carp.
Yeah, that's right.
Carp.
So then,
the top one was a gizzard shad.
And those are bigger fish. Imagine if you're throwing a cast net and
you caught that.
You caught that. That's these are threadfin and silver carp. And I had to study this for a while to find the silver carp in here. But it's definitely in there. Just something that we want people to be aware of. It's really should always be a concern when you're harvesting fish to be getting the right fish. And if we find a report, or either we find them or the public lets us know and we can verify that there are small fish out there, we'll be doing a media blitz to let everybody know to beware. Don't move these fish as bait.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got to do our product of the week. So
this week's product of the week is being brought to you by our friends at Caney Fork Outdoors. You can go down there and see them at Donaldson Plaza Shopping Center, see Ryan and his group, or you can go on up to the Center Hill Dam exit there at the Big Rock Market and see the rest of the family. And they've got all sorts of things going on right now. You can go in there and get outfitted and be ready to go in no time. So be sure to give them a shout and tell them thank you for everything they do for us as well.
Well, this week we're going to show one of our good friends, Chris Snow, on snow spin lures, and this bait, I'm going to tell you, is the ticket. This is a great, it's like a stick bait, but it also has a skirt to it. It's almost shaky head, like a shaky head. It does have a weed guard to it, but folks are really tearing the fish up, especially around docks and rock, which most of your lakes have got one or the other.
Yeah. So
docks or rock, this is a great bait to be used. It is called his spider rig, so it's got the neat little spider skirt. Thank you, Jim Flowers. Thank you, sir.
Somebody in the background.
And somebody in the background knew what I was talking about. And then he's got 2 new products out right now, and these are called his Rocky River Craws. And he's even got, this one here is in a football head, half-ounce football. This is the 3/16, just regular shaky head like. But he's got them in the single tail right here on the green pumpkin and the twin tail on the plum. So great color combinations. Check him out at snowspinlures.com and tell Chris that you saw it right here on Southern Woods and Waters. Hey, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to open up our phone lines here, 737-7767, for any questions you might have about the silver carp or the Asian carp. We'll be right back with more Southern Woods and Waters.